lived in Ghana. And at a point, he was called Jumtufo Nyinahene, the king of all musicians. He died a very painful death, my brother, my sister, on the 28th of September in 2021. We're talking about the man who was born Patrick Kwame Ampedu. Later, he decided to drop Patrick and pick up his Pan-African name, Nana Kwame Ampedu. Today, my brother, my sister, and you to phone Nana Kwame Ampedu is the man we are talking about right here in the African history class. And as I told you, this is the African history class, and our lecture today is going to last just about 20 minutes. I beg your pardon, 10 minutes. Today we are talking about Nana Kwame Ampedu. Yes, Nana Kwame Ampedu. Check out the bass line. Oh my God, have mercy, what a sexy bass line. What a sexy melodious bass line. Settle down, students, everybody sit down. Sit down, everybody. This is the African history class. He was born Patrick Kwame Ampedu on the 31st of March in 1945. And he was born in Obo on the mountains. Kwewu. My brother, my sister. He was born in Obo, there in Kwewu, in the Gold Coast. His father was a noble man. Yes. His father was a very wonderful man by name Nana Ampedu. And he named him after himself as he was growing up. At a very young age, the young Ampedu was so interested in music. He would make musical instruments out of almost anything he would lay hands on as a little child. Sardine cans gave him guitars and even drums, depending on whether he found strings and a piece of long stick or not. Nana Ampedu, my brother, my sister, at a very young age would sing a lot of songs. and songs that he himself had composed. And he could compose a song in just the splittest of all seconds. Listen to this. Whilst he was growing up, people would say, oh, this man or this little boy walking around, he can make music out of anything. Just tell him anything you want and he will make music out of it. People will call him around and say, make music about the food I'm eating right now. And he will start sing about the emucho that you are eating, how the fish is sitting on it quietly, and how he was hoping that you would invite him to also be part of the eating, and people would clap. That was how he started it. Little did they know that a genius had been born. No wonder at the end of it all, he had written over 800 songs in his illustrious career. He had a very big jolt to his career, albeit very positively, when Kwame Nkrumah in 1963 advocated for an all-African ban, especially a high life ban. He was pushing on a Pan-African agenda. And Nana Ampedu, alongside senior Eddie Donko, another compatriot of his, founded the African Brothers Band in 1963. Remember that year and the Organization of African Unity. The African Brothers Band was huge. The guitars were playing, oh my God, and high life music was on top of the trends. Unfortunately, Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown 3 years later in 1966. And the African Brothers Dance Band, whose photograph you see right here. And if you look at it, and you see Nana Ampedu standing amongst them, my brother, my sister, you will get to know that, yes, they were just moving from the colonial days right there into the anciency of the Ghana Empire. Oh my God, look at the guitars and look at them on stage here. Those of you who are logged onto our Facebook page, you will see these great people playing quality music. And look at the audience. Some of them could stand on top of trees and on buildings just to watch the African Brothers Band play. Oh my God. Now the band went all the way through. Kwame Nkrumah supported it and gave them several opportunities to be able to showcase Ghana, in Ghana and outside Ghana. But Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966. And the band started to wallow in absolute despondency. See what happened now? They changed the name of the band 10 years exactly after they founded it. In 1973, I was -1 year old. My brother, my sister, they changed the name from Africa Brothers Band to what was called the African Brothers International Band. All they added was international. And there you can see Nana Ampedu doing the lead vocals. And he had this big hat on top of his head. And he was a magical performer. He could wow any audience at all. And on his left, you will see senior Eddie Donko standing there, my brother, my sister. This is the African history class. Hear me now. Now, when the African Brothers International Band was founded, they moved from place to place and they sang very beautiful songs. Hey, songs including all the wonderful songs that you know. But Nana Ampedu was not new to controversy. Look at what happened in 1967, a year after Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, we had the National Liberation Council, so-called National Liberation Council. My brother, my sister, Nana Kwame Ampedu released a song called a BTE. It means some people are living good. He released it. Hey! And when the song was released, it was banned immediately. Why was the song banned? It was banned for obvious reasons. They read political undertones into this, a BTE. And the NLC government decided that it should be banned. It was taken off all radio stations in Ghana. In fact, but at the time, the political elite were those who were truly enjoying Ghana and living to the fullest in terms of life. The song was banned. But when the NLC was kicked out of power, the song came back to life again. You can never kill music, my brother, my sister. But he tried to stay away from politics all this while. Later in life, he actively joined partisan politics and made songs for J.J. Rawlings and even supported the NPP. NPP's Nana Akuffo. My brother, my sister, interesting things are coming up. Now hear me now. Today we're talking about Nana Kwame Ampedu. He was born Patrick Kwame Ampedu. He threw away the Patrick. He didn't even want anybody to ever know that he was ever called Patrick. Nana Kwame Ampedu stood very firm as a strong Pan-Africanist and an Nkrumahist. His musical career also involved so much teaching. He taught the tradition of his people. And he also taught a lot of Akan traditions in his music. Better still, using his music. Nana Kwame Ampedu, listen to this. Now, there was a time he went from town to town and village to village with SK Opon and the SK Opon drama troupe, which later became known as Osofo Dazi. His song, Obra, became the theme song of Obra. In fact, Obra became the theme song of the wonderful TV program known as Osofo Dazi. Undoubtedly, the most popular TV program Ghana has ever had. Obra, 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 Obra. I may say Obra, 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 Obra. Oh my God. Everybody in Ghana knows that song because Osofo Dazi was the biggest TV show at the time that we were growing up. And even after we had grown up and become very, very big, Obra was still playing. Even these days, people are calling for the program to return. Nana Kwame Ampedu became the most popular Ghanaian musician at the time, as associated with the biggest TV program. Every weekend, people will be glued to their TV sets. And all over Ghana, only one song was playing. Obra, 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 Obra. Oh, Obra, Niwara, Obra. Oh my God. This was how it went. He became the most popular voice in Ghana using his music. He also used his talent to support others. In fact, he produced, recorded, and released wonderful musicians, my brother, my sister, like Akuffo Japan. He wrote songs for Akuffo Japan and many more such people. My brother, my sister, today we are talking about Enyumtufo Nyinahene, the king of all musicians, Nana Kwame Ampedu. He joined party politics. He was interested in politics right from the days of Kwame Nkrumah. In fact, Nana Kwame Ampedu was only 21 years when Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. Already he was into music. He saw how Kwame Nkrumah promoted his band and pushed his band so hard in the face of the world to bring honor to Ghana. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, He was so mad at the NLC and other governments that came. But he found favor in the eyes of the NPP. And through his weight behind Nana Akuffo, my brother, my sister, unfortunately, and this is one of the photographs you see of him and the president of the republic, Nana Akuffo. Unfortunately, he died a very painful death. How did he die? Nana Kwame Ampedu fell ill. And when he fell ill, he had to be rushed to the hospital. And this was on the 28th of September, 2021. Whilst they came to take him to the hospital, he was constantly crying and telling them, I beg you, please don't let me die. He even went ahead to say, Mumfa misika nyina, mumfa majapadia nyina. Na mumfa minko hospital. Na mimpese mewu. He was urging the people around him not to take his sickness so kindly. They should take him quickly to the hospital. He alone knew how he was feeling, to the point that he said, everything I own in this world, all the money I made from my music and from politics and whatever, take it, but just make sure I don't die. But his wish never came to pass. According to Akuffo, Japan, he was rushed to the university hospital. And this is Akuffo, Japan, one time called the Janet Jackson of Ghana music. Splendidly beautiful. Here she is. In fact, so they got all the way to the hospital. And when they got there, the doctor was not around, according to Akuffo, Japan. And the nurse on duty was fast asleep and snoring and probably having sound dreams. When they woke the nurse up, she was angry. Why are you waking me up? Do you know how much work I've gone through? And I want to rest a little bit and you are making so much noise. Say, please, we have an emergency. It's Nana Ampedu himself who is here. Oh, but why? But the doctor is not even here. Before they could get the doctor, things had become so terribly bad. So terribly bad. Nana Ampedu was still begging and crying. Mamu, me pa mucho. Oh, mami nes, me pa ucho wai. Se ma el boni kra, facha me wate. These were the words. If I have offended you all my life, please, I beg you to forgive me. Just make sure I don't die. Anything I have in this world, take it. I'm begging you, take it. But make sure that I don't die. These were the words Nana Kwame Ampedu kept uttering until he went very, very quiet.
Pani o bire
right in front of the nurse. He left behind all the money he had. He left behind all the property. In 1992, when Jerry John Rawlings was facing disqualification at the elections, he made a song to fight against that. He was a very good friend of Jerry John Rawlings. He fought for musicians in this nation. He fought against piracy. He was a very active member of Musica. Oh gosh. And even took positions in there. And when Operation Feed Yourself came, Achiampong, who was a pro-Nkrumahist, he supported it with a beautiful song. He was the king of theme songs in Ghana. Oh, Nana, Kwame, Ampedu. Whilst he was dying, he was shedding tears and saying, ah, 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 ah. Those were the last words Nana Ampedu uttered before he went cold and limp. Ah, Ankunami ya. Yeah, Nana, uni ya minkawate. Yeah, Nana, misi minubeko. Oh, Nana, misi famikawate. Yeah, Nana, uo ya. Nana, misi uo ya wate. Nana, famiko. Yeah, Nana. Nana, misi minubeko wate. Nana, minubeko. Nana, minubeko wate. Nana, minubeko. Yeah, Nana. Nana, misi famiko. Famiko wate. Yeah, minubeko. 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 He was buried, my brother, my sister, and his funeral was full of pomp and pageantry. Wache was there. Oh yes, he was there. Ambule also came. So many different musicians were there. He was celebrated. Oh, it was like a journey. Yay, Nana. Yeah, Nana. Missy Minubeko. Nana Minubeko wate. Oh my boy. Oh my boy. Oh my boy. In 1977, Nana Ampedu was given and honored with the Grand Medal of the Volta Civil Division. 77. I was only 3 years old. But he went into his grave with the biggest title ever. Nana. Nana unyami ko wate. Nana misi minu be ko wate. Nana fada famiko. Misi famiko. Yeah. Ow. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you. Now that you know what to do, be an aniolea mini obafe. Zunda kagane mezaka yini. Yeah, ampa bango. Bukaya nang. Fifia ye nyanu kaina woba na ehu ebe den. Lele ya jima singa be kunne. Lele ya jima singa be ri. It's been the African history class. And today, all we can ask the Almighty Father, who Nana Ampedu worshipped so well, and he was a Christian who believed in the Bible and believed in Jesus Christ, we will certainly say, rest in peace. Oh, Nana.
Glory to glory. Papa mula home, mama mula home. How na imavinye, banum po.
And my name certainly